So they're saying that Tylenol might be linked to autism. Not ibuprofen, not aspirin, not your multivitamin, just Tylenol, the brand name that's plastered on every bottle in America, the one doctors have called safe for decades. That's the headline, that's the panic button, and that's where this whole conversation kicks off. So what are my thoughts? Because I know you're all so curious, but actually I keep getting asked about it. So let's talk about it. Look, I'm the mom to a 6-year-old boy with moderate to severe, depending on the week, autism. I also did not take Tylenol when I was pregnant. I'm also neurodivergent myself, if you couldn't tell. I'm also not a scientist. I'm barely a morning person. So do I know whether acetaminophen, the thing that I can't pronounce, causes autism? No, I don't know that. Could there be some link in the giant haystack of biology? Maybe. I'm not God. I'm an ADHD lady drinking a lethal amount of coffee in a dirty car at a school pickup line. So Tylenol or acetaminophen in pregnancy. Here's where it gets messy and nuance makes everyone itchy. In 2021, a big international group of scientists said, hey, let's be careful with acetaminophen in pregnancy. Use it when needed, lowest dose, shortest time, because some observational studies show associations with autism or ADHD. Associations aren't causation. They're, interesting. Please study more. Fast forward to this week, the FDA said it's starting a label change process to reflect that evidence. So basically, there may be an association. We haven't proven cause. Talk to your doctor. They also sent a notice to physicians saying the same thing in careful FDA speak. Translation: don't panic, don't ignore a fever that needs treating, but don't mindlessly pop pills either. That's not conspiracy, that's regulators doing their boring adult thing. So also this week, the World Health Organization said the evidence on acetaminophen autism link is still inconsistent. And they reminded everyone again that vaccines don't cause autism. Picture a very tired global parent saying, we've been over this before. Acetaminophen in pregnancy. So I respect that the FDA is moving to add cautious language. I also respect that an untreated high fever in pregnancy is bad, and alternatives like ibuprofen and aspirin can be riskier at certain stages. So if you're going to ask me, Dr. Laura, I would say use it when medically indicated, lowest effective dose, shortest time, talk to your OB. What is very frustrating to me is the culture war nonsense. I am personally left-leaning. I like science and snacks. And what makes me nuts is turning parents' fear into clicks and campaigns. So if your autism policy platform is panic now, study later, you're not leading, you're doom scrolling at a podium. So what I want as a mom is less yelling, more data, less podium, more pediatrician, fewer absolutes, more humility. Use vaccines. I'm even open to spacing them out. My ex and I differ very much in that realm. And so with my second child, we spaced the vaccines out because, for me, it was important that she received them, especially with measles coming back. And, he was very, very much against it. And we sort of compromised on spacing them out. But I would say vaccines are necessary because, science. Use acetaminophen in pregnancy when you absolutely need to, right? I mean, talk to your doctor, dude, but this is just my 2 cents. The smallest dose for a short amount of time because that's the cautious thing. If a politician tells you that he solved autism at a press conference, ask him to peer review it. The bottom line is my stance is that I don't fucking know. I don't know everything, and neither do you. And that's why we built consensus, not cults. Prenatal acetaminophen, there's some associative research. The FDA is adding adding cautionary language, and the World Health Organization says that the evidence is inconsistent. So yeah, be thoughtful, not terrified. Talk to your doctor, not your algorithm, and don't make pregnant people white knuckle 104 fever because some guy on TV discovered science yesterday. Okay, moving on. Thanks to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. Tweet that. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contract, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. And all plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. I personally love Mint Mobile because it's cheap and I'm from the Midwest. It helps me save money. It's great. It's reliable. It's no different than any other phone provider I've used, other than I'm saving hundreds of dollars a year. Are you ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/idiot. That's mintmobile.com/idiot. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Anyone else? I feel like all I do is talk about PMSing, but I kind of feel like that is a woman's life. Like my period was due yesterday, but I'm not regular. And people are going to like, oh, it's perimenopause. I don't even know that it is that because I've not been regular since I've been a teenager. Like I just have never been, I'm anywhere from 28 to 40 day cycle. 28 to 40. And then I've got these months where it feels consistent. And then no. Are y'all regular? I want to know. Are you regular? Are you regular? All I know is I'm like incredibly irritable and emotional. And my tits, they hurt. They fucking kill right now. Christy, hi. Twisted, hello. For those of you who are listening to my podcast, I'm also live on Patreon. If you're a paid member, then I film my episodes live. Yo, Chili's not gotten her period in 2 months. So that is what's going on. This morning was a morning from hell. Just the challenges of single motherhood. And I want to say single motherhood to multiple children, one with special needs. Now, I just think single mom full stop is probably crazy. But I know for me specifically, it's really hard. Like there was piss on the floor this morning. There were meltdowns like crazy. Poor Poppy. I just want to give her all the attention in the world. And sometimes I just can't. She wants me to read her a book during breakfast, but I need to make sure that my 6-year-old son who's on the spectrum isn't setting a fire in the other room. So I can't really read Rumpelstiltskin right now because I'm trying to put out literal fires. And sometimes it's worse and more extreme than others. Any mom who has a kid on the spectrum knows, at least with my kid, it fluctuates. Sometimes I feel like autistic where? And then other days I'm like, whoa. You know, certainly it's around after he's been sick. You know, we all had strep. Y'all know I posted 8,000 clips about it. And so he's still sort of like recovering from that. There was a major regression that happened there. And so, yeah, I cannot be, I'm basically high strung all the time. Like I'm just on high alert all the time now. And I know that moms or single moms of special needs kids get that. Yeah, and this morning was just like one of those mornings. Like we woke up, I've got my kid on each side and they didn't want to get dressed. And, Alfie does this thing where it's so strange. I'll put his breakfast out and he'll grab it with his hands and just crumble it all. Like, you, mom. And then he'll be like, toasted almond butter? I'm hungry. And I'm like, bro, you just smashed it in your hands. It's like he just can't, maybe it's a sensory thing. Like he just so badly wants to smash the toast and almond butter. And then he's like, oh man, I wanted that. I took him out to this vegan sushi place. Don't judge me. This vegan sushi place yesterday. And he always gets this like raw chocolate vegan cheesecake. Poor lady puts it out on the table. Here you go. He looks at it. He looks at her and he goes, and just smashes it up. And then he's like, cheesecake? Cheesecake? Bro, you just smashed it. And I managed to clean his hands off. And then he just ate the smashed cheesecake. Whatever. So then Poppy's resisting eating her breakfast because she's on her 6th outfit, trying to like have the coolest princess dress in her TK class. I don't know that Sabrina will like this. Who gives a what Sabrina likes, Poppy? Do you like it or not? Yeah, I like it. Okay, put it on, girl. So she's trying on 8,000 outfits. Alfie's tearing up his bedroom because he's pissed about, I don't know, because he can't tell me something. And then, so I got Alfie dressed and then he gets really mad at me and just starts pissing on the floor. And then he came and I didn't see the on the floor. Okay. He came out and he goes, we do not pee on the floor. We do not pee on the floor. I don't know why I'm making him sound, I can't even say it or I'll get canceled. Whatever. He was like, we do not pee on the floor. We do not pee on the floor. And I was like, dude, did you just pee on the floor? And he like runs away. It's so funny when he does some fucked up shit, he comes to me and tells me about it in a way that I would tell him off for it. So he'll come up to me. I'll be like, I'll be in the bathroom peeing on the toilet. And he'll come up to me and be like, we do not wake plates. And I'm like, bro, you broke a plate. But he tells on himself, which is good. And he's telling me where it is. And then he takes me to it to show me the destruction. Progress. So we clean up the together. I make him clean up I help him clean because I need the to be cleaned up thoroughly. But he knows better, dude. But he's got impulse control. So he's pissed off. So he's just going to piss about it. And then I'm like, we got to get to school. So Poppy still hasn't eaten her toast and Marmite because she's half British and she fucking loves Marmite, this girl. So I have her bring, and she goes, I go, just put it in a plastic bag. You can eat it in the car. And she's like, there's no plastic bags. I said, we're out of plastic bags. She said, yeah, there's no plastic bags. I said, what about the Tupperware? She goes, there's no tops to the Tupperware. There's only half pieces of Tupperware. Where the fuck do the tops and the bottoms go to the Tupperware? Why can I never find a full, complete set of Tupperware? Is it just me? So there's no there's no Tupperware. I don't know where the tops are or the right top. There's a top, but it's way too big for the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? So just bring the plate. Just bring the plate and eat it in the back. She's like, all right, I'll bring the plate. So the poor girl's walking with her plate. She sits down. What does she do? In the car. Alfie, Sheryl Crow. Yeah, Alfie, I'll play Sheryl Crow. Jesus Christ. If it makes you happy. And then she is eating her toast and Marmite in the backseat. I look back, there's just Marmite all over her pink pants. It just looks like stains just all over. And I'm like, they're going to call CPS on me. Oh, too late. We already got the courts involved. Stains all over the pants. So, I pull over, back up, run back in, stay there, get her some clean pink pants, throw them in the backpack, and off we go to school, blasting Sheryl Crow, because it's Alfie's favorite singer right now, because he's apparently a middle-aged lesbian. And, we get there on time. And I just go up to, basically I have to drop Alfie off in his section. And then I have to then and he's very clingy right now. Mommy, 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 just wants mommy. A little anxious there. Just wants mommy all the time. And he's going through something. He's recovering from this regression. It's okay. It's all okay. I used to really panic around his regressions. Now I just know it's part of the deal, and he's slowly getting better. But, so he's grabbing onto me and Poppy goes, "No, mommy, take me to my class." So drop Alfie off. And then I walk across the campus to Poppy's classroom and with her stains all over her pants. And I tell the teacher, "Hey, that's Marmite. That's not shit. That is not shit. That is Marmite." Okay. She's half British. You don't know what Marmite is? Go ChatGPT it. She loves it. It's disgusting. No, actually, I love Marmite. It's Marmite. It's not feces. Okay. And I put an extra pair of pants in her backpack so she can change if she doesn't want to wear the Marmite pants. And teacher's like, "Oh, so you want us to change her?" It's like, yeah, look, it happened last minute. They were already in the car. I wasn't about to get her out of the car and then get a tardy slip. No, we're getting to school on time. And so I needed them to stay in the car while I got the clean pair of pants. And she was like, "All right." Little judgy. And then Poppy pulls down her pants right outside the class. "No, Poppy, we don't change here. We do that in the bathroom." She's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, prudes." So that was my morning. Then I throat screamed to System of a Down all the way to hot yoga. And it felt really good. I screamed and I cried and I screamed and I cried and I screamed and I cried, dude. Because being a single mom is really hard. And I know I'm very blessed in many ways. And so many women have it way the harder than me. And I feel so bad ever complaining because I'm so blessed in my life. So I get that. But, in those mornings, right, when, your son is so angry, angry, and he can't tell you why. And so he slams the dresser on the floor, and there's broken shit everywhere. And you don't have that partner to help you clean it up. And your daughter's just like wanting this attention. And you feel like you can't give it to her because you need to make sure he's safe. And it just feels so much just in those moments. It just feels so overwhelming to be like in it alone. And the moments always pass. They always pass. They always pass. You clean the up, get a new dresser. The other day, like he had a really bad meltdown and he was just, expressing it in the way that he does, right? So I just bought him a new crayon set. He loves crayons and he poured it all over the floor after he broke the dresser, right? And I like yelled, I said, "We need to clean this up. It's not okay. It's okay to be mad. It's not okay to be destructive. It's my job to keep you safe. And this was not safe," all that. And I said, "You need to clean this up." So as he's cleaning the crayons up, putting them back in the crayon box one by one, I'm not kidding you. He says this to himself. He whispers to himself and he goes, "I am frustrated. I am mad. I am sad. I am crying." All four of those things. He said, "I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. And I'm crying." And I was like blown the away. And moms of special needs kids, like that is so huge for him to be able to label all of those emotions. And like, I know what it is. Like, yeah, he's recovering from strep. Like he didn't see his dad for 5 months, 5 months without his dad, and then now he has these supervised visitations and he's confused. And I try and just shelter them as much as I can, but they can feel what's going on. And it's difficult for him. So for him to be able to say, I am mad, I am sad, I am frustrated, I am crying to himself. He wasn't saying it to me, he was saying it to himself. He's understanding what's going on. He's learning how to articulate his feelings and emotions. And I was just so proud of him in that moment. Um, yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna read some comments out. Oh, they're really small, and I'm so blind. Twisted, thank you. Crimson High. Again, I'm on Patreon Live for those of you who are wondering. I do my episodes live on Patreon every Monday. Thanks to Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. Ditch the overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. Plans start at $15 a month at Mint. You can use your own phone with any Mint mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. And all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. I personally love Mint Mobile because it's cheap and it helps me save money, and the quality's great and reliable. It's no different than any other phone provider I've ever used, other than I'm saving hundreds of dollars a year. So are you ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/idiot. That's mintmobile.com/idiot. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time, new customer offer for 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. I want to know from the single moms, that I want to know from moms with special needs children. You know, what are your secrets to just surviving and like coping actually with the high intensity? You know, I went to a recovery meeting. I went back to my women's group, and there's this amazing woman there who also has a child with special needs. And she was telling me about IHHS. What does that stand for again? In-home something services? Whatever, dude. Basically, it's like, just like y'all told me, y'all are like, get an advocate, screaming at me to do that. And you were so right, dude. You were so fucking right, yo. I need a badass advocate on my side. And dude, I'm going to take advantage of every goddamn service that is out there. Like I am done trying to like navigate this on my own. And not that I was entirely on my own, but there was a period where maybe I was in some sort of denial. Like, no, I don't need, I don't need respite. No way. Like, or, like I can do this. Now I'm like, no, that. Like even respite is great. So I can have one-on-one time with Poppy. If I have someone that can take, Alfie rock climbing or, to gymnastics or wherever, and I can have one-on-one time with my daughter, because so many of siblings of special needs kids are often become these caretakers, these little adults, and they didn't ask for it. And like Poppy's so emotionally intelligent, like she will, if Alfie is having a hard time, she'll be like, safe hands, Alfie, safe hands, Alfie. Like, it's okay to be mad. Just say you need space. Say, I need space. Say, I need space. Like she's a little speech therapist, behavioral therapist, like therapist. Like Poppy is just a little adult. It's incredible. And I'm not asking that of her. She just sees it and wants to help. But so yeah, so like, I don't know. I just, yeah, and I hear that a lot too around kids in general. You think you have them figured out, and then they just keep changing and growing and evolving and shifting. And so it's maybe more extreme with a child with special needs, a child on the autism spectrum. The changes can feel really jarring. and really scary. And so, um, now I'm just diving into, I have a really great, number for an advocate that I'm going to get. And I just amended his IEP to make sure that he has all of his needs met. And, you know, just taking the help, just shamelessly taking the help. And, I'm just so aware that I can't do this alone, too, it's like, not that this is a tragedy, but tragedy plus time equals comedy, like, hey, uh, I've got a lot of really great stories, some that I cannot share just yet, a lot that I cannot share just yet, but I have a lot of funny stories about raising my eccentric children and doing it on my own for the past few years, more or less. I guess what I keep coming back to is like this too shall pass, and it always does. There's the moments feel so hard. They feel so draining and impossible. And then on top of that, it's like I have my third book due, right? And so Simon and Schuster are on my ass about turning in the next draft on October 1st on Wednesday. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm trying so hard. I'll have these chapter ideas I'll be writing, and then, just balancing motherhood and working, wearing the skirt and the pants, and like all of it just can feel so overwhelming and so impossible. And then I feel like I'm failing as an author and a creator and an artist when I'm excelling as a mother. And then I'll feel like I'm failing as a mother when I'm excelling as an artist. And it's like, whatever. It's this battle, the battle of the working mom, the battle of the working single mom. But then on the days when you nail them all, oh my God, like to know that my kids are so fucking loved and safe and healthy and fed, and they're awesome kids, and they have this awesome great house, a safe roof over their heads, and fun clothes, and great little snacks, and fun movies and games and arts and crafts, and a mom who adores them, and a dad that's doing his best right now and does love him underneath it all. He was lost in addiction, and but he's back sober and doing everything that he can to be a part of their lives. And I am grateful for that. I'm so grateful that he is not dead and that he is sober today. These kids are lucky, and to think that, yeah, I work hard and to have given them this great life. They have so many people who love them like crazy. And those days feel really awesome. I guess it's just being able to recover from those moments, going, holy shit, that was so intense and awful and scary. And I felt that. And now let's move on and like still actually have a great day. Like I'm still going to have a great day today, even though this morning was a fucking show. I was going to say show, but it was really just a show. Kat says, my autistic son is 5. He drew on the TV with crayon. Then wrote numbers 1 through 14 on the sofa cushions in marker pen. Oh my God. Were you so angry / impressed by his writing skills? Because I get that. My son wrote all over the fucking outside of our house, but like all these numbers that I had no idea he knew how to draw. This was when he was like 3. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. When I turned my back for a second, he drew a number 1 on my back. Oh my God, let me just read that whole thing again because this is so funny. My autistic son is 5. He drew on the TV with a crayon yesterday. Then he wrote numbers 1 through 14 on the sofa cushions in marker pen. Ugh. When I turned my back for a second, he drew a number 1 on my back. I just really hope that you took a picture of all of this. The TV, the couch, and your fucking back. Oh, I wanted to say too to you guys that I have sketched probably like 80 sketches so far, and I'm sending everyone that's an annual member a personalized sketch from me with my little signature. Yeah, so fun stuff. And I have tons of them done. I was trying to get all of them done before we sent them out, but you'll get them before the end of the year. We were thinking to send them around the holiday time. So you get a little holiday hello personalized sketch from me if you're an annual member, which is really cool. But they're just fun and funny and they all say different. Oh, look at this one. I like this one, Farrell. Um, yeah. So lots of fun stuff here. Lots of ferals. I just really like the feral girl, so I made like tons of different versions of her. Um, yeah, they're fun. So if you're an annual member, I'll send you a sketch, but fun love you guys so much. Thank you for joining on this fun Patreon live. You guys are awesome. And thank you for watching the podcast or listening to the podcast. I hope we cut some of the disgusting stuff out. If you are listening or watching this podcast episode and you want to join in on our disgusting, unhinged, uncensored conversations, join patreon.com/Laura Clary. That's patreon.com/Laura Clary for any and all uncensored content, because you'd be surprised how much I have to censor on the main platforms. So if you want to catch up with me weekly for uncensored content, as well as our book club, we have a book club every month. I'm thinking of our book club being this Friday, by the way. If y'all are around on Friday, I believe like 12:30 PST on Friday or 12 o'clock PST on Friday for the book club. I love you guys so much. We have a new book club every month, lives, uncensored. Join patreon.com/Laura Clary. And thank you so much for watching and or listening. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. It's been fun, ladies. It's been funnies.